Hello everyone, my name is Scraps, also known as Minx as of now, and today I wanted to share with you guys how to create a honest to 1930s piano. It sounds a little bit of bit crushed and a little bit rich, so take a listen to this example of it in use, and I'll show you guys how to create this very simple but very powerful synth. Okay, so one of the things we want to install first is a combinator if you don't already have it. Next, we want to throw in a ID8 and we want to set it to upright and the chorus and detune pretty much about almost halfway. So about 50 or 51 within that range. Next, we're going to throw on a reverb. I like to use RV7000, and actually I use a preset, and one of the presets I use is called All Treetops. I'll usually take the decay down quite a bit and the high echo off a bit as well. Same thing for the dry wet, take it about where decay is. So we have a nice breathing piano. The next thing I want to do is I want to throw on my first Audiomatic. And for this, I'm going to turn it up to 61% and I'm going to set it to radio. This will remove a lot of the low end. So what I want to do in order to give it a little bit more dynamics, I'm going to throw on another Audiomatic. And this time I'm going to set it on spread and leave the transform and dry wet where it is. So we have a little bit more of a ambient type of feel. That's great. The next thing we want to do is go and throw on our third and final Audiomatic. And this time I'm going to set it to circuit and we'll set the dry wet to a nice 3%. And if you need a little bit more definition, play around with the sound. I use a volume of 2%. I feel that it gives a little bit of more distortion once we start to add a little bit more detail onto this. So I'm going to minimize these now. Save a little bit more CPU. So after my third Audiomatic, I'm going to go and throw on the echo. I'm going to take the time down all the way, keep pitch, turn that on, turn off sync, and we're going to set it to 16 milliseconds. And to give it a little bit more richness, I'm going to go and throw on a vocoder. Set it to 4-band. Set the equalizer mode on and turn up the shift just quite a bit, so it gives us a little bit more crispiness. And the final component to this is basically a pulverizer compression. I'm going to set the squash to 26%, and the reason why I left off an EQ and a maximizer is because in a mix, this is just the initial synth. If you want to remove harmonics and things like that, in my previous videos, just look through them there. And I'll check you guys out later. Don't forget to subscribe and thank you for tuning in. It's been quite a while. I've been on vacation, but now I'm back here in the studio to give you guys a little bit more awesomeness. So stay tuned and I'll check you guys out later.